Hi everyone, this is Krista Soria. Today I'll be talking to you about how to format your documents using APA documentation style with a specific focus on how to list books and book chapters in your references section. There's several elements from your books that you'll need to take note of that will help you when developing your references. You'll need the author's last name, first name initial, and middle name initial as well. Additionally, you should pay attention to whether the author of the book is truly the author or the only authors, or whether the book is actually an edited volume in which the different chapters of the book are co-authored or authored by different individuals. And I'll show you an example of that in the next slide. You should always pay attention to the book title and be sure to write it in italics like a sentence in your references page. The exceptions to that again are formal or proper nouns like Anchorage, Alaska, for example, would always remain capitalized. And then if you have an article or a book with a two-part title, the first word after the colon of that two-part title would also be capitalized. You should also pay attention to whether the book has been reprinted in different editions, the city and state in which the publisher is located, and then if you're citing book chapters, you need to pay attention to the page numbers from which the book chapters are actually coming out of that book. And I'll show you an example of what this looks like right now. So again, much like for journal articles and any other type of citation in APA, you're going to use the author's last name, comma, and then first initial and middle initial, and you're going to follow the list. So this is an actual citation from a book, but it's an edited volume. And you can tell it's an edited volume because I have here an abbreviation for editors, which goes right before the year of publication. Next, you'll see that the title is written like a sentence and italicized, and the exception to that, as I just mentioned, is that the first word after the colon is capitalized. And then we have the city and state in which this particular publishing house, Peter Lang Publishing, is located. And we always abbreviate the state as well for that one. The citation below this is actually one of the chapters that's found in this edited volume. And so we have here again the author's last name, first initial, middle initial, the year of publication. We have the chapter title listed, and as you can see it's written like a sentence, so everything is lowercase. And again, those exceptions would be if this were a two-part chapter title or if there were a formal or proper noun like Anchorage, Alaska. Of course that would always remain capitalized. Here we have in, so we have the word in, and then we're citing this citation, and instead of having the author's last names first, we have the author's first initial and middle initial listed first. So in DJ Mitchell, K.M. Soria, and so on. And then we note again that they're the editors, comma, then we have the title of the book, and then here we do have the page numbers. And unlike a citation for a journal article in which you would just have the page numbers 76 through 87, without this little PP reference, we're going to include that PP reference in here as well. And then as the citation above, we will have the city and the state in which the publisher is located. And so that's a really quick overview of how to cite books and book chapters in your references pages. If you are citing a text in which the volume is not an edited volume, you simply just take out this editor piece right here and move forward with the remainder of the citation. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.